It's that time of the time where we do Reddit design reviews. Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Paterson, and welcome back to a new video. Today, I'm showing you our subreddit that you guys can post your designs on, and I basically look at the best ones, the ones that are most upvoted. So if you've seen a design that you like, or if you've got a logo that you've created that you think you've just got to share it, get it on this subreddit. It'll be linked down below and on screen. Just before we get into the video, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. Squarespace is the place to be if you need a website. If you're someone like me who isn't a web design genius, they can't code, but you know how to design a website, then Squarespace allows you to design your very own customizable website, online shop, blog, portfolio without knowing any of the coding. With thousands of customizable templates for you to choose from and an affordable price, then you can't really go wrong. If you go to my website, which is linked down below in the description, you can see that I've got a shop, a blog, a place for clients to check my portfolio, and also a little place where they can send me a message to start that communication process. And if that is not enough for you, use the link on screen or in the description down below to get 10% off your Squarespace order. Guys, if you don't know, this guy is coming up is Jordan. He is my video editor, and he is coming to have a look at some of these logos. Jordan, what do you think of that?
I saw this one earlier. I have been stalking the subreddit. It looks nice. I like the sort of love heart effect going on.
Can you see in that love heart effect, it kind of looks like someone hugging with arms up.
I can, yes.
Jordan, thank you. Everyone, this is Jordan. I'll leave a link in the description down below so you can find him where he's at if you need any video editing at all.
I'm always just lurking in the background over there.
Yeah, in the background telling me what not to do. Thanks, Jordan. So this logo here was heavily upvoted. 14 people have voted this up in the subreddit. So I like this logo. The one thing that I really have a soft spot for here is the typography. Now, there are a few issues that I need you to fix in this one, such as there's something called overshooting. Overshooting is an optical illusion that people like me in type design and logo design use to give you the illusion that letters are on the same width and path. If you can see very carefully here, the C and the A of your logo, the C looks smaller than the A because you've overshot on the A a bit too much, but not only that, you haven't overshot enough on the E and C. So you're gonna have to work out your baseline and your X height. But can I say, I love the style of typography. It's very easily read and it looks really nice. I believe it is customized type. So just spend a bit more time on that one. And you've also got this hugging man here, or this heart. Now, KU, I guess it is a heart, but it kind of looks like a kid, you know, holding up his arms to go and hug someone, which is quite cute. Basically, the concept is really nice. The colors are there. You've got the logo type in white, which fits with this nice sky blue of the icon. This next one from Moonlight Production, 16 days ago, it's got 12 upvotes and it's verified. So let's have a look. I think we can go through this. Very nice. So this is you showing us how it works. And I like this. I guess this was an Instagram post. So if you guys want to follow him, you'll be able to find his Instagram. We've got his dribble and you've got his Behance. So you can find him. I love the play on the V as a tick, as a verified tick. One thing that I would have liked to have seen there again is the overshooting. Now, because on the V on the left over here, you're kind of like missing a bit. So it kind of looks a bit smaller than the E. So what I would do is increase this part of the tick over here ever so slightly to give it that look that it's just all together. But can I say, from a legibility standpoint, it looks great. And I love the fact that it's very bubbly, but it doesn't look too bubbly. Does that make sense? The corners of the letter forms are rounded, but it doesn't take it away from it being legible. One little thing I will say to make this even work better is to increase the tracking. The tracking is basically the space in between each letters in a word. If you increase that generally, you'll feel pretty good about it, and it'll look a lot better. I'm going to give you an award of 500. There you go, because I like this already. Let's go through it all. So we've got the V, verified mark, I like that. Font in use is gold play bold, which is nice. You've used Illustrator, nice to know. The moon palette. Okay, so this is your sort of color palette that you use. So it's white and black, basically. One little tip I would give for anyone who's working in logo design, it's quite important when you're showing your designs not to use pure white or rich black. If you do that, it can actually give too much contrast sometimes. So what I generally do when I'm doing it is I go down a little bit on the brightness just so it's not pure white, so it's not just glaring you in the face. If you do this on your logos that you're seeing already, when you've got a black and white one or a white and black one, you'll see a huge difference and it will make a lot more sense to do it in your presentations. But dude, I really like this one. Guys, let me know your thoughts on that one down below. This next one, again, is from Moonlight Productions. I want to see this one with 10 upvotes again. And it says, what if Adobe made juice cans? Which of these would you drink? Let's see. So what's this? Photoshop drink. I wonder what would actually be in a Photoshop can of something to drink. You're drinking pixels. And I guess in Illustrator, this looks nice as well. I guess you'd be drinking paths. Bezier curves. I've got to give it to you though, dude. This looks really good. I really like both of these designs that you've shown already. There's another one, After Effects, something that I've rarely used. I've got to say, for me, it's definitely going to be Illustrator or XD. Dreamweaver, that's something that I haven't used in ages. But again, you've got the colors all on point here. Contains creativity. After use, please throw the can into the creative bin. It's been upvoted very well. Nice one, dude. Okay, this one is from Statue Blind. I think that's how you say it. This logo is for a speaker company, Amplify, that I've created for my portfolio. Let's look. Oh, cool. So you got the A in there. I can definitely see the A marks on that. And not only that, I'm not an audiophile myself, but I will say that I get the idea of the speaker in there. Extended Phenotype says, lovely concept. Did you try placing the horizontal line in A in the center? So it looks like the wave is coming through the line. Ooh, so there's a wave in there. Yeah, an audio waveform, I know them. Right, with this one, I don't like this part here. So I prefer it when it's like this because I can see the logo in all its usages. As a designer, you'll get used to this as time goes by. You'll start to work out just from a black and white logo if the usage will be correct all the time. When you start adding shadows and colors, it gets a bit strange for me. This looks cool. I like the black and white with this sort of shadow going down here. That makes a lot of sense. I'm going to give you an award. I'm going to give you the Cool Summer Award because I think that's cool. I wish I had my own little awards that I could give. Okay, next one is from M. Ash Ua. I think I'm saying that right. I made this logo 3 days ago. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I feel satisfied. What do you think? So Old Man Sushi. I mean, the logo looks nice. It looks very clean and delicate. What I would suggest though is the face that looks very long, and I would bring the face a bit, not as long. I'm going to read these comments down here. So Joe Pagordon says, nice concept. I tried keeping the stroke width the same throughout the whole logo and maybe take out the highlight glares to keep it more simple. But other than that, it's really good. And the designer says, yes, these are exactly my thoughts. Yeah. So something that's a huge part about illustration and line work, especially in logo type design and logo design in general. When you do line work, very important to keep all the paths and the line work consistent. When you're in a more traditional illustrative sense where you can have tapered lines, it's different. You wouldn't do that with logos. But things on this can be simplified down quite a lot if you really wanted it to. So well done. I like this one. I've tried to do this without my hat, but my hair is just so luscious and poofy. The next one is from Byron White. Logo design for my new agency, Split Hair Creative. I'd love to hear what you think. What I love about this one is I love the idea of splitting a hair. So it means that you've got an eye for detail, and then you've gone even more into that and used an abstract concept, a funny, hilarious concept. I wonder if you can make the hair look a bit more, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's very rounded, so it's very abstract. And I like the idea of having it split down the middle. Maybe having something where the hair is in full color and then just outlined on the other side may have created a more balanced logo, because I can see here that you're finding the usage of this very hard to do because the logo in itself hasn't got much balance, neither has it got symmetry. The typography on the other side looks really nice and I love the look of the type. I don't know what typeface you are using. I would love to actually know, but something that is bothering me a bit is the kerning between the SP and L compared to the HRE. So the SPL on the split is not kerned correctly, but the hair and creative from my eyes and viewpoint is. Linda Jane Clark says, I think the split line is too tall. Let the ears be the hero. Bunny should be smaller in balance to your name. Love the idea and color. Yeah, again, the color is really good as well. It's like this coral color with a nice beige white. So you can see what people are doing here. As I said before, when showing your logos in just pure white, it wouldn't work. With this, it's got contrast in there, but it fits more within a good color scheme. Okay, next one is a Vona Ishal logo design from McGrath Warwick. Can't believe I said that with such fluidity. So I have no concept of this, but you say down here it's state agency branding. So it's a Vona Ishal logo, so a V and an I, so it's basically a monogram. One thing I like is that it's very simple, so the simpler sometimes the better. You can get too simple sometimes, but I'm not complaining on this one. One thing I don't like is the shadows, because you can never replicate them. There we go. So the logo's got a massive turn from here on the negative over to this one over there, and the problem with that is that when you try and print that anywhere, it's not looking good. Also, there's a huge problem that I've only just spotted now, and this line work down here is not consistent. So these angles are not consistent throughout. So you've got a really thick part down on the bottom of the eye and then a thin part. So this line, this negative space coming down gets thinner and thinner and thinner. Logo design is about consistency. That's all it's about. If you can create something consistent, especially in typography, it's going to make your life a lot easier. Let's keep looking. So we've got the VI, you can see it there as well. If I had that very small on my screen, it's going to be hard for me to see the split there because you haven't exaggerated enough. Every good company logo has like a split logo. So when you have a logo such as, let me find an example. I can't find an example in my head, but you'll find that they exaggerate negative space for when it's small. And because we're looking at things on devices with very small screens, such as the Apple Watch, and different phones are becoming very small again, and we've got different devices that have tiny screens on them, it's so important to be able to read them when they are small. We've got one here from Nosakias, and this has got 8 upvotes. Let's have a look. Logo concept for an expensive men's watch company. Okay, so when I think of men's expensive watch company, I'm thinking of obviously luxury. I'm thinking of colors like white, gold, silver. I'm thinking of all of them. In here so far, I don't see any of those apart from the typeface that you've used is very much high end. So you can influence the way that something looks or feels based on the typeface that you're using. For instance, sans serif is a more of a modern laid back approach to a serif. So when you have a serif typeface, such as, I don't know, a company like Pandora, then you're going to see that that's a luxury but mid to high end market. If you look at a company like Rolex, let's have a look at Rolex. So they've got exactly what I thought, which was gold in the logo. They've also got a white background, and that can be reversed, and then also green. So green is their brand color. And you can see that they've got this really nice display typeface. It's probably not a real typeface. They probably did it custom made. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me. But you can tell that it's very bold, but it's also very elegant, and it's got, it's actually got the high end market in there. We can have a look at the Rolex Evolution. There's a video about it. Might give it a watch later. So as you can see here, this logo looks okay when it's on black and white. It's quite confusing, but I can see what you've done. It's 70. It's got a lot of contrast in there. Something that would have made it work even better is if you were to squish that down into a 1:1 square aspect ratio and made it into a clock. I think you could have done that, or made it into an abstract watch, because you've got the circle from the 70 already, and you've got the weird hands going from this way and that way on the clock, you could create something with that. I love the composition of the 70, the logo itself, and the 1970 down below. It gives heritage and history. This I don't like so much. I like this presentation here. It shows me that it works both on negative and in positive, but again, you've gone full white, I believe, and full black, I believe again. So maybe do something that's less full white and less full black, if that makes sense. But dude, I've got to give it to you. I like the concept here. It looks really good. I think the execution of it could be done better in certain ways, so I'd like to see it in more of a watch brand-esque way, because right now I don't get the feeling of watch right there. Saying that though, do you get that in other brands? I don't think so. I think they have to spend a lot of money on it, so I'm going to give you 1,800 coins because I think it's very good. Platinum award. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure to press that red subscribe button down below. Share the video if you like it, and leave me a comment to let me know which logo of yours was the favorite. And as always, go to the description down below, get yourself a Squarespace website with that 10% off, and also post your work on here. For any of you diehard people on my channel who are either members or someone who just wants to chat a bit more about your designs, we've got a brand new Discord server called Creative Insider where we talk everything about design. It's a nice little community. Not only that, it's been a busy time for me, so we've actually created a new podcast called Everything Creative, where I talk and interview different people about everything creative. So if you want to check that out, links are down below as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next Reddit submission video, and goodbye.